4-10 record so far for the Bears. Is it time though to let go of Matt Nagy? Let's talk about it. And we say, what's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard here with Ballard Sports Media coming at you live. Well, no, not live. Actually,
Oh, sorry about that. Pre-recorded on StreamYard. But, working hard at this channel, I want to get to some NFL talk and do more than just college football. And after seeing tonight's game with the Vikings and the Bears, 17-9, the Chicago Bears, right? What is it going to take for that? When you look at their history, right? We remember 1985 Chicago Bears, baddest NFL team we've ever seen. Don't screw with them, because dang it, they're good. They're good. We know about it. We understand, right? Overall, the Bears this year, though, have sucked. Let's rewind. Let's look at some history real quick. Let me share something else with you before we get into tonight's game. I want to show y'all some playoff history of the Chicago Bears, right? 2020, they made the wild card last season, lost to the Saints. Okay. Well, the Saints were beating up on everybody. The Saints ultimately would go on to the divisional round, lose to the Buccaneers, who would ultimately win the Super Bowl with Tom Brady. Let's go. They lost the wild card in 2018 to the Eagles. 2018, that season, year of the, well, I guess that was Super Bowl 53. So I think that was Tom Brady's last Super Bowl win, at least with the Patriots, right? And they had not made it there since 2010. It had been 4 years since they made it then, 2005, 2001, right? 1985, that was a darn good season there. Overall, historically, the Bears are not a bad franchise or organization or anything like that. It's not, it's not like that. They got a Super Bowl. They have made Super Bowls before. They've won at least one, from what I can see. They've won championships. They've lost some. But in recent history, this according to Pro Football Reference, by the way, and again, I don't know if I should believe this site, but seriously, when I look at this, at least what this one says, this tells me that the Bears used to be good. If by good you mean consistency in playoffs and everything, yeah. Right? The last 5 seasons, 2016, they finished last in the NFC North. They went 3-13. Then, in 2017, finished last, 5-11. Then they picked it up. Hold up. 2018, Mitch Trubisky comes in. Everyone's hyping him up. 12-4. I don't know whatever happened with Trubisky. I know he ultimately I don't know if he got cut and then the Bills signed him or if it was a trade. I don't remember. But 12-4, not bad. They make it in 2018. They lose to the Eagles in the wild card game, right? They did not make the playoffs in 2019. They go 8-8. Last season, same record, but because of some other teams or whatever happened, they were able to go to the playoffs anyway at 8-8. They lost to the Saints. They just needed a quarterback. They needed that kind of offense. So what happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. They drafted Justin Fields. I know I've come on here and I've made jokes about Justin Fields. The whole jokes about Justin Fields thing is one of those. It's more so Georgia fans. What were you doing? Like only playing him in mop up time, or whenever you played him. Anyway, that's besides the point. Justin Fields is amazing. Um, his receivers cannot catch the ball. The Bears don't know how to score. It's not the leadership. It's not the quarterback, right? Although in tonight's game, Justin Fields did fumble the ball, right? Some turnovers. The Vikings got some good defense, though. That being said, let's look at tonight's game and what happened, right? I don't want to make this too long. To summarize this first part of the video, the Bears' playoff history, it's been up and down. But man, when it's time to strike hard, they can't, right? So, is it time to move on from Matt Nagy? Any Bears fans out there? Which shout out to Matty Sims. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's a Bears fan, and if I'm also not mistaken, I think my good buddy Jeff Webster is a Bears fan too. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all. Much love and respect. And roll tide. Also to you Bama fans / Bears fans. But 17-9. Okay. Minnesota goes up 7-0. Minnesota's got some good defense. Look at this pass rush on Justin Fields here. They're just after him. He should have had plenty of time to just throw the ball away. A field goal each by both teams in the second quarter. Chicago 0-7 in the third. Gave up a touchdown, right? You know, they scored 6 points in the fourth quarter. Overall, just terrible. At least this was a close game. I mean, we're talking 12 points. That's like 4 field goals. 2 touchdowns pending missed extra points. So it's like a 2-possession game. No big deal. No big deal. The problem isn't that they lost tonight's game. Well, I guess it is, right? And they didn't have as much time as possession. They had more first downs. They had 24, but 3 turnovers in the game, right? You know, when you look at it, Cario Santos used to be with the Bucks, hit a 34-yarder in the second quarter, right? I mean, it's crazy. They got to play right there at the end. It wasn't enough, though. Jesper Horsted, a 9-play, 80-yard drive that lasted almost 2 minutes, like the final 2 minutes of the game, right? Overall, the Bears, they made some plays, but it was not enough. Boy, the Vikings defense is that good. It's not about the Vikings defense, as good as they are. First off, the turnover is what killed them. They had more first downs. They didn't have as much time of possession. I mean, they did have a hard time getting off the field on third down, but they did get some stops. Defense is okay for Chicago. The offense and scoring is not. I don't think it's Justin Fields. I think that O-line is abysmal. You saw it here tonight. David Montgomery, running back, 18 carries, 60 yards. The lead receiver was Cole Kmet, 6 receptions and 71 yards. Right? I mean, this game here for the Bears is mind-boggling to me. I don't know what you guys want me to say. I want to hear from you guys in the comments, though. Any Bears fans watching this, Is it time y'all need to fire Matt Nagy? Should it be after the season? Should it be ASAP? Is it play calling? Do you fire? Do you fire him? Do you fire the coordinators? Like, who is to blame for this loss? Is it time to let Matt Nagy go? He played quarterback at Delaware in college, played at the AFL, the Arena Football League. He was an assistant with the Eagles. He knew Andy Reid with the Chiefs, right? But, look, his head coaching record 32-30, 51 win percentage in 4 years. He won the division 12-4 his first year, then back-to-back 8-8 years. So far this year, it's 4-10. Now, maybe I'm crazy for even asking if you should fire Matt Nagy. I don't know. I really don't know. It's just been a decline. I mean, it was back-to-back 8-8, seasons. Overall, look, something's got to change. Is it the play calling on offense? Do you need a new coordinator? I don't know. I can't figure the Bears out other than, man, they really did not have an offensive line tonight. And I feel for Justin Fields. I'm not even going to sit here and say something like, oh, he's treated poorly. It's not fair for him. I don't want to say he's treated poorly, but man, the situation that he's in, he's this amazing, talented quarterback, drafted high. The Bears took him, and he's got potential. Probably even in Chicago. But if you're Matt Nagy, you're sitting there looking at your first year, young quarterback out there struggling like he was. What are you going to do to fix that? How do you bounce back? I want to hear from you guys in the comments. I don't really have much else to say other than the Bears had one of those games tonight where it's possible, even though he's only recently been hired, right? He's had back-to-back 8-8 seasons. There are 2 games left in the regular season. 3 games? Or we say 17 games now? I don't know. You can win those, go 7-10. That's still, in a way, a decline. But again, hear from you guys in the comments. Should the Bears go ahead and cut off Matt Nagy? Should they go find someone else? Or, if not, what is the solution for their offense? And what do they need to do to just be a more complete team? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear from you guys and full on just understand. Because this is tough to figure out. Anyway, that's really all I had to say. I wanted to do a quick recap of this game. 17-9. The Vikings over the Bears. Were the Vikings just that good tonight? No. Because after watching the highlights and watching this game tonight, I really just look at it and I'm like, man, did the Bears even try? I mean, I guess they had opportunities. And yeah, give credit to the Vikings defense. But, after the season so far for the Bears, 3 turnovers in this game. How do you have more first downs? Not quite as much time of possession. You have more yards. But again, that's the thing, though. Turnovers are a bigger of a deal than people think. They are more of a big deal than you think. 3 turnovers in this game makes a difference. You get down there, maybe you can't convert on 3rd down or 4th down, miss a field goal, have to punt, a pick. Kirk Cousins threw 2 touchdowns in this game. right? Kirk Cousins looked amazing. Or he didn't really he didn't look amazing. Threw 2 touchdowns, that was it. They struggled. The Bears lost this game though. But again, not even just focusing on this game. Going forward, what does Chicago have to do? Who do they even have left? At the Seahawks, home at the Giants, and then they got to play the Vikings again. Can they bounce back and beat the Vikings in 2 weeks? Or 3 weeks, I should say. I think it's a possibility, right? But again, we'll have to see. Giants are struggling big time. If they lose to the Giants, they darn sure got some issues. I think the playoffs are far out of reach right now, right? Because they could win the next 3 games and end up 7-10, and you could at least say, well, we closed on a 3-game win streak. That's fine. You didn't make the playoffs, though. You didn't make the playoffs. At the Seahawks, curious just real quick. No line yet, but they got a 26.5% chance to win. Xavier Crawford, Jason Peters, Marquise Goodwin out, Jakeem Grant. These are some good players that were out, and they're ruled out tonight. But I don't want to hear that injuries played a factor in the. I mean, I could understand if they did, but I don't want to hear those excuses. I mean, the Bears just need to fix the organization or the team. Again, I'm puzzled right now, guys. But Bears fans, if you're listening, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm not trying to say this is what should happen. Maybe I got it all wrong. If that's the case, I apologize. And please feel free to yell at me in the comments. I don't know. But I watched this game tonight, and the Bears looked awful. Now, credit to the Vikings. They're great. But I've seen the Bears this year, and I just can't figure it out other than, man, maybe the play calling is just wrong or, just lack of execution. I don't know. I don't know if you guys should fire Matt Nagy. I've heard rumors that I hear some people want him gone, some people don't. I don't know. I don't think you should, really. But then again, I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to be on here too long talking about the Bears or whatever. You get it. Their next game is on the 26th next week on Sunday. It'll be a 4:05 Eastern game on Fox after Christmas Day with the struggling Seahawks. Seahawks struggling a little bit too. A lot of teams are this year. It's very up and down and very out of the ordinary. But I'll tell you what, this is one of those games where, regardless of the Seahawks record, maybe the playoffs are out of reach. But I think if you're Chicago, you got 3 games left? Why not end it on a 3-game winning streak? Win out the last 3 games. Take a chance. Maybe you can, maybe you couldn't. Maybe not. I don't know. But we'll see. Anyway, Merry Christmas. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Again, comment down below. What's up with the Bears? What's going on? Again, I can't figure this stuff out, man. But, just as a future analyst and everything, I'm going to do my best, keep working at it, get better. But just try to put some effort into it. Try to cover some more NFL for you overall. But when I looked at the Bears tonight, man, they just did not have it in them. And the record's not all that great right now. And, when I have heard about them, I mean, it's like people kind of flip-flop. If they win a game, oh, this is a great team, and we have a great coach, and then they have a bad game, and everyone wants to point the blame at the coach. I don't know. But again, we'll wait and see. Anyway, I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Keep your head up. God bless. And as always, roll tide, roll. Merry Christmas. Love y'all. Have a good night. Ballard Sports Media. Check it out.